Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to Grid Vision's Wednesday night top split coverage. We are live from Pocono Raceway tonight, and by we, I mean me, Jolo, up in the booth with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire down in the truck pushing the levers and pulling the buttons. I guess I'll call it that this time, making it all happen. We're zooming in right now to give you the view on where we are. And Sheldon, how you feeling this week about Pocono?
Oh, pretty good, man. I mean, we're coming to one of the most unique tracks on the circuit, and honestly, one of the longest running tracks here on the NASCAR grid, too. Been around for quite some time, with three unique corners based off of three of the most iconic tracks in IndyCar history. Turn number 1 being Trenton, turn number 2 being Indy, and turn number 3, Milwaukee. Not a lot of banking on store here, but some really long straightaways for these guys to stretch the power band out, so we're going to be in for a real treat here, especially on these restarts.
That was the first thing I noticed when I was out on Pocono earlier today, just getting a feel for the track myself, was straightaway after straightaway. And can you tell us a little bit about going around Pocono? Some tips, maybe?
Yes. So, tip number 1, track position is going to be everything. So difficult to make passes here on the bottom. Outside line kind of just blows the doors off if you get down there to the paint trying to make a move. You got to either be really aggressive, which I'm not good at doing, or you just got to do everything you can to cycle away those positions in the easy stints of the run. Number 2, full send on the restarts. You're going to want to be charging. You're going to see cars fanning out 3 and 4 wide coming into turn 1, then cycling down to hopefully single file into turn 2 because it gets so tricky in there. And number 3, to round it all out here, don't be a Sheldon. Look out for that curbing in turn 3. These next-gen cars like to lay real low to the track so you can get the most out of the aero effects with the diffuser, which means you're going to be pretty much skating on the rub stops all the way down the straightaways. Once you get her over that curbing down in turn 3, though, it's going to take the entire bottom end of the car, throw it at the wall, and shoot you head on into the fence. So try to avoid that at all costs.
Okay, I will. The turn 3 sounds like the place that we're going to have to watch out for what's going on. Picks for tonight's race. I actually didn't get a pick in time, I believe. So I'm going to look at the current qualifying list that we've got here. And you know what? I see a name I haven't seen before toward the top of the qualifying list. He's always on it. I'm going to go with Joseph, number 19 this week.
Joseph Squared is a good call. I'm going a little deeper in the pack right now. Hasn't turned a qualifying lap yet, but I got to go with that 4 machine, Nicholas Roman. Been a while since we've got to cover him here in the Wednesday night, or, well, really anything here on Grid Vision. So I'm excited to see what our old buddy does here.
All right, and then down in the truck, it's also going to be the number 4. So let's see if that double pick comes true. Roman, and Joseph. Let's do the starting grid, though, as the drivers are getting ready. So are we. And here we go. Out in pole position is Quentin Warman with Sean Conklin in the number 2 spot. Number 3, it's going to be Jack Mace. Number 4, Tommy Gossett. Number 5, Joseph Square. Number 6, Noah Pitts. Number 7, Cody Terlindi. Number 8, Joseph Galata. Number 9, Evan Say. And 10, Nolan Hodgson.
In 11th place, we got Derek Heitman with Paul Bergoli in 12th. 13th position on the grid is going to be Paul Hill with Chris Wilhite is outside in 14th. 15th place is going to be Richard Garcia with J.R. Barbarema in 16th. 17th place is going to be Joey Preby with Keegan Sabillo in 18th. 19th place is going to be Brennan Mule with Zach Range running out your top 20.
Coming in from 21, it's going to be B. Thomas. 22, it's Nicholas Vroman. 23, Tyler Luttrell. 24, Justin Levine. 25, Brendan Schmidt. 26, Zach Rinker. 27, Dalton Collins. 28th, Roger Pierce. 29th, James Houghton. And 30th, Adam Benefield.
In 31st, we got Maggie McGuire with John Ballou starting in 32nd. 33rd, going to be Johnny Baldridge with Nick Olson in 34th. 35th, going to be Jeffrey Souza. And rounding out the 37 car field is going to be Justin Malillo and Chad Gunningsman.
And what a fine list of cars we've got today.
One thing to note here, too, we got a handful of guys that we haven't seen here in the Cup cars in quite some time. I can't tell you the last time I've seen Chad Gunningsman in a Cup car. Let's see, obviously we've got Vroman making his first start that we've gotten to cover here in a while. Then some other all-star standouts here too. I mean, Tyler Luttrell won a few weeks ago. Adam Benefiel, always scrappy here on these 2-mile tracks, so it's really going to be entertaining to see what these guys do, especially from deeper in the pack.
You got it. And a couple of names we haven't seen, like you said, and a couple of names that we have seen. Let's take it on home. Here we go with that first lap, the 1 to green here at Pocono, getting ready. If you've driven around here, folks, please let us know. If you've got some ideas on who's going to win tonight's race, please let us know. Let's get some interaction with you, and we'll interact right back as best we can as we go 80 laps around Pocono Raceway tonight, virtual Pocono Raceway.
See this guy's waiting anxiously behind the iRacing pace car here. Somebody, I guess somebody thinks they're gonna find. Oh, never mind. We were paused. Oh,
there we go.
I was wondering. I thought Barney ran the damn thing out of gas there for a second.
No, just a quick temporal alignment, and now that we are back all on the same page, time has resumed, and we are going through 2 into the stretch that leads to 3, into the small stretch that leads to 3.
In the chat saying that CFM Cars is where his money is at tonight. Not a bad bet. They've had a lot of pace here. Looks like they tapered off a little bit the past 2 weeks, but maybe tonight could be the night that they get it all reined in here to walk away with the NiS. Also, we are still behind.
There's the green flag on the field. Sounds like things are getting started. We are go here at Pocono.
Handful of pros will pro to B, dive it down into turn 1. Sean Conklin working the outside line, though, going to get past Quentin Moorman here down the back straightaway, and he's pulling the 07 machine of Tommy Gossett along with him, and Moorman kind of stuck in the sucker hole down there in the bottom lane as we get ready to cycle into turn 2.
Yeah, he looks like he's got no help there as he gets kind of shuffled back a few places. Just a few, though. Sean Conklin's out in front comfortably. Right behind him, still Tommy Gossett.
Oh, we got a yellow
and the
car
flag is out.
wall.
Massive wreck.
Huge crash into the tunnel turn. A handful of cars going around. Justin Levine involved, the 54 machine. Johnny Baldrige just going to barely sneak through that without getting any damage. A couple cars hard up against the fence, though. And you were talking about calamity. Now, turn 3 can be treacherous, but turn 2... That's where you really got to hold on your butt, because it gets really difficult in there, because the diameter of the corner, you can just set up for a huge wreck. And I want to say it was a 30 machine of Brennan Meal that lost control into turn 2, causing that whole situation.
Neil was the first name on my list in red here. Let's see what happened. From that perspective, we didn't even make it to turn 2 through the first lap, unfortunately.
That takes a bunch of cars. Roger Pierce involved. Doesn't look like a lot of cars really got a whole lot of damage in the process. No, Levine making sure that he gets a little bit, though, as he edges it forward into the front.
Just wants to square off the front of the car a little bit to make sure that his arrow is just that much more different than everybody else's.
And I'll tell you what, this is
oh, wow.
Hard hit for Vroman, too. It looks like the commentator cursed striking heavy on him early. Roger Pierce, a little bit of a lazy slide. Little punt from behind.
The double deuce.
Yep. I'll say, though, some of these guys, they kind of make your own luck here in racing, and a lot of these guys opted to not qualify. Thought they were going to be able to, cut through the pack here, and there's just nothing Vroman could have done there. Goes in the corner. Looks like the 30 machine's going to be okay. Then next thing you know, he's bouncing off your front bumper.
I would have tried qualifying as far forward as I can at Pocono, I think, because of a situation like this. You've got a track that is so unique that drivers are going to have practice at, sure, but when you come to Pocono after a few weeks of doing ovals, or even after doing a road course, when you come to Pocono at all, it's going to throw you for a bit of a loop that first time around. So you know people were out here getting practice in. We know that they were doing that, but they weren't doing it as a big pack. And I think you pointed out to me earlier, there's not a lot of room at Pocono to do something. And it looked like there was a few moves that were attempting to be made a little bit early on.
You know, you've got all these lanes here, but this is yes, the surface we have on here is fresh after a repave. But the thing about the repave here is this track, the repave kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a really bumpy, aggressive surface. Like there's a lot of just nuances to this current pavement that we have here. A bunch of huge potholes, if you will, 1 and 2. If you get up on that outside lane, you're gonna bottom the car out because
Yeah.
it feels like there's a speed bump in there. Now, right here in 2, we can get an onboard real quick. This is a very fast, low banked corner, and it is very easy to get in here over your head. And look at that. It's wide, and then you come out of the corner, and you have maybe a car width and a half to get yourself to the wall if you're going to try and carry any momentum. And that leads to a lot of issues.
I found it very easy to overdrive the corner here.
Turn 2, throughout the history of racing, has seen some of the most catastrophic wrecks in every division that has come here, whether it's IndyCar, NASCAR, you name it. They've found ways to tear up some equipment in a unique fashion there in turn 2.
Well, here comes the pack, and I think the lights are out. Yep, on the pace car now. We're 1 to green again. They're going to get stacked up, and we're going to get ready to go again. Hopefully, we can start this off with a little bit less calamity. But you got to get it out. You got to shake out the gremlins here at Pocono. But the front right now. Oh, go on.
As we take a look at back right now at your front row, Sean Conklin, Tommy Gossett now running 1-2. Quentin Warman falling back to 3rd. No bits up to 4th, and Mace sitting in 5th. Also, look at the brand new trees that we have here at Pocono. Look how pretty this is. How's your GPU doing there, producer?
What's that?
What's the frame count?
Flames coming out the side? Steam? Okay.
And I have heard from the tower that Karen is having a sauna day right next to the computer while Darby's hard at work here, providing these beautiful scenes to us.
Nice warm breeze. And here comes the pace car into 3. We're going to get ready to go again, folks. Edge of your seats, just like me. I want to see how Sean Conklin and Tommy Gossett handle this restart again. They did a pretty good job last time. What I really want to see is, does the rest of the pack go ahead and hold on to their hats? Or do they, lose their cool again? Let's find out together. Here we go. Pace car is off. It's Conklin and Gossett at the line, looking for the restart zone. There it is. We're green yet again.
Conklin with a really good jump here on the restart this time. Going to get cleared up by a decent amount here. Doesn't have to worry about fighting anybody coming into turn 1. Meanwhile, Quentin Warman going down to the inside of Tommy Gossett here through the first corner. And a little bit of offset 3-wide action as the 9 machine tries to make a move around the top, but not able to find the traction he needs as he kind of, we got one around the back straightaway. Hodgson, huge crash.
There's a self-spin there at the front as well, I think.
And they're still wrecking.
It's a little bit of venting of their approval of the current state of the series on the radio. So let's see how it looked from our perspective. Up at the front.
The 9 machine.
Bit of contact.
Just trying to get down to the inside. Just a huge wiggle. You know, a little bit too much wheel cut into the car coming out of turn 1. It was just enough to force the force the weight transfer to kind of loop the thing around. So right on board with Bits here. Right in front of him, you see Tommy get a little bit of aero wash, slides up the track, loses some momentum. And Bits tries to go low. No contact. It was just that last second jerk of the wheel when the car was trying to set was enough to send him around.
Really unsettled the vehicle. Yeah, the weight transfer was not that exact moment. It starts up that oscillation, and if you fight it, and you don't right it, you're going to end up doing exactly what happened here.
Oh, did Hashin just get dumped there?
You can see that one more time. We got enough time.
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
It looked like it looked like a little bit of contact between him and Paul Hill. Can't really tell. Maybe he tries to check up to avoid a little bit of a wiggle there, and yeah, sure enough. I mean, that right there is just two cars in the same piece of real estate. Nothing really egregious there. Those two, you know, obviously teammates and good buddies, but it's a rough break for the 12 machine.
Yeah. Checkups. Oh man, that's always the one thing that gets me whenever I get behind the wheel and I'm going at speed, and especially in the corners around here where there's not a lot of banking and I know I'm going to be sliding up on someone potentially. I worry about throwing the car in too hot, and that my braking zone is going to be just a little bit different than somebody else's, and that checkup is going to be our fatal moment. It always sticks in the back of my head.
What though? We're looking right now. This has been the problem all week. From the track change, the start of Monday night until now, it's just making it a lap very very treacherous. I mean, it's always been kind of tricky to get that going though, especially here in NIS, as far back as I can remember, because everybody just kind of goes into turn 2 and they think they're Superman, but honestly, we haven't really made it to turn 2 yet. So
That's true. I shouldn't be laughing. But we haven't made it to turn 2 yet. You're exactly right.
guys, snake lap race. We're 7 laps in. I'm too stupid to do the math right now, but I imagine you guys in the car can. So maybe take about 10 to 20% off the top here, so we can you know, finish this thing before my daughter has to graduate kindergarten. She's 3, by the way.
That's about
so
all we need.
this is in y'all's hands.
How much we need. Yeah, it's true. They're the ones holding things up here.
Oh, look at Brandon Schmidt here in the 20 machine. You know he doesn't want to be here till 2 o'clock in the morning. Come on, guys, do it for Brandon.
I think we'll get things shaken up, and hopefully we'll have a nice green flag run here for a little while.
Levine over there in the 33 car, he don't give a shit. Wreck the whole field. The dogs will be okay if he's online an extra hour or 2.
Let's see. I think the situation looks good for the restart here pretty soon. Not yet 1 to green. I think it will be probably the next time around here. In the meantime, folks, I want to thank you for watching and hopping in early tonight's race here at Pocono and catching some of these yellow flags with me and my buddy Sheldon up here in the booth and my buddy down in the truck.
Your buddy down the truck is ignoring you right now, it seems. He said thank you. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I do it. I do it for the thank yous.
Had to pry it out of him there. Very un-Canadian-like of him.
Right? Right now the lights are off, and we're going to go round, turn 1. It started into this beautiful back stretch here.
Oh, he was hitting the Benjamin. That's what's going on.
Roger that.
Speaking of Roger that, Roger Pierce sitting here somewhere in this field. Probably the luckiest man alive after that first wreck that could have taken him out.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Brandon's about to lose a Schmidt over here.
Yeah, someone just went a little wild there. That is Nick Olson, who just went a little wide, I believe.
Say what, man, nothing will piss these guys off more than 8 laps into this thing. It looks like a little bit of contact between I think Brandon Schmidt and Nick Olson here under pacing.
Oh, there's a little bit of an accidental bump here while we're all getting ready, it sounds like. Now let's see what happens.
Car,
Coming round 3. Everybody's getting ready to go. Let's see if we can get a good restart here at Pocono. There we go. There's the green, green, green. And they're off once again. Conklin in front. Tommy Gossett right behind, going wide in the back. We've already got a few cars. Ooh, cycling way back to the back.
They just about went 4 wide into turn 1, a little bit further in the back of the pack here. And oh, round goes the 20 machine out at turn 1. Sideways caution is going to come out. No other cars involved, though.
Dalton Collins, unfortunate.
Oh, no, not Dalton.
And that was a one-man situation, I think. Like you said, there really wasn't anybody else involved in that wreck. It was just Dalton Collins on the red line.
Say what? Don't let the plain black livery with the Arial font fool you. Dalton Collins, that's somebody that's been around here for a long time. So he just gets a little loose out of 1. Able to get it locked down, though. Didn't hit anything.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's get another look at that. Collins gets the slightest touch after getting loose there. He got a little bit of a shovel. Not much, maybe a little bit. Lifted the back wheels off the ground.
On board here, you see Holzer is on, Rinker is on the back bumper. I think the contact came after he lost traction there. I think it was really close. Yeah. I think he was already sideways before that machine got to him, though.
Well, we're trying to get a few other points of view on the situation, but right now the Grid Vision chopper is grounded. Our pilot had a rough night at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, they grounded the chopper this week. There is a low talent shit system in Pocono this week. They didn't want to take any chances of a car flying up and hitting it somehow.
Brutal. I love it.
There's a shitstorm of brewing, Rand.
Oh, God bless Jim Leahy. A true saint.
One who knocks? No, I am the liquor, though.
I am the liquor. R.I.P. Mr. Leahy.
Such a legend. Him and Phil Collins, the old Dirty Mustard Tiger. Can't remember his actor's name, but that dude always killed me.
Yes. Oh, I wish I could remember that his actor's name as well. What a shame. So, here comes the lucky dog, James Houghton.
Here comes Houghton to get his lap back.
Woo! He's going to do so right now. Flying down into 2, I should say. Popping a quick $150, $160. Not bad. Pocono is such a deceptively long course to me. I always thought it was a little bit shorter, and then when I got back out here for the first time in a long time, it's 2.5 miles long. It's a big course.
You like them big, don't you, Joe?
I do. I like them real big and juicy. You know, like when a course has just got that particular, like je ne sais quoi?
I'm trying to figure out.
Wasn't it?
It
Didn't they have to
was
drill?
actually Pocono that they had to do that.
Oh, there you go. And I like Pocono. There you go. Remember, Pocono is a juicy track. They had to literally
Yep.
drill holes into the track to let the water out from the waterbed beneath the asphalt. I remember that very famous video.
Yep. I remember the first time that happened in, if I remember correctly, it was '02. I only remember it because Ken Squire narrated it, and everything he narrated was gold, so I watched it. Obviously, I did not take any influence from Ken Squire because I fuck up in the booth about every chance I get. So,
Oh, don't worry, buddy. We're on the same page there. There's not a race that goes by where I don't put my foot in my mouth. It
apparently,
sounds like Nicholas. Hmm?
somebody got a DQ already.
Oh, Keegan Sabilo.
Oh, no.
I think it might have been Keegan Sabilo. He was the last
Yeah,
person to disconnect.
Yeah, looks like Sabilo.
What a shame. It's tough, when you're in the middle of the situations and you're just constantly getting bounced around. You're gonna rack up those X's. You're gonna get some situation. You're gonna get, you're gonna get penalized for stuff you didn't start.
That was a, if I do believe that is a disqualification for what we lovingly refer to as the meatball. Stay not too long for
okay.
required repairs.
Oh, gotcha. Just didn't go into pit. I was going to say, there's probably no way you can get his incident count wouldn't have been high enough. So I was trying to do the math on how he would have gotten a high enough incident count to get DQ'd by this point, even with the 3 wrecks that we've had so far. That's right, 3 count them 3. There goes the pace car. Let's see what happens. Sean Conklin, Quentin Warman out in front right now. And they're already looking to put it 3 wide. Jesus, boys.
Let's see if we get the opportunity to make it through turn 1 this time. And into turn 1, Sean Conklin with a decent lead over second place. Tommy Gossett trying to make something work in the bomb. But you see the outside line prevailing. Here comes Warman with a huge head of steam down the back straightaway. A little bit side-by-side jockeying for position. Further in the field is the driver's already starting to get a little antsy over the radio.
Is that kind of race. Mace, Terlindi, very close to each other right now. Not quite enough distance to call it contact. Or negative distance, I guess, to call it contact. But, yeah, still a lot of tension in the field as we go around. Some guys taking the corners a little wider. Some trying to keep it tight. But we have officially, wait for it.
Holy shit. We've made it a fucking lap, boys. Let's fucking go.
Pat yourselves on the back, bite the metal, spray the champagne.
Wash the sheets while you're at it.
Wash the sheets while you're at it. If you're gonna be at a track like this, it's gonna be that way. Conklin still out in front now with Quentin Warman right behind him. And behind him, we've got the pack of cars, a little bit of separation, and then you've got Joseph Squared leading everybody behind him. We got wall contact already for a few cars slamming their way through turn 2, or through turn 3, looking for the, well, that was turn 2. Slamming their way through turn 2, looking for the back stretch there.
Battle down into 3. Tommy Gossett tried to get to the inside of Terlindi. Wasn't able to find the momentum to carry him past. Now Terlindi trying to break the draft on the front straightaway as Joseph Gulata picks the back tires of Gossett off the ground to try and push him forward. Terlindi going to prevail right now, though, and now Gossett possibly going to lose another spot here to Mace as they get real close out of turn 1. A little bit of contact from Heitman just about sends Mace up and his teammate. But a great job to keep the car going in the right direction for Mace.
Yeah, Mace there lost some control for a second, but kept himself on the track. I'm a little worried that he doesn't have the pace through the corners right now to keep up with the main pack. And it looks like he's getting shuffled out right now. He's in the seat what I always forget what you call the seat where someone's just getting shuffled past over and over again.
As an old DW like to call it back in the day, that right there is what we refer to as the sucker hole.
The sucker hole. Well, that's where he is right now. Mace currently in the sucker hole, down 7 positions from where he started. Not a great spot to be in, but he's going to try to ride with the pack again.
Yeah, he's going to tuck right back up here in the line, which is going to give him the opportunity to get the most out of the corner right now. Just try to find the momentum to pull him past the 15 machine here. As we look at Derek Heitman, also stuck down there in the worst possible lane. It's the most frustrating thing in the world when you know you got a bad, fast car. You want to get down to the bottom and make the pass like you do every week, every track you go to. Go down there, get it teed off, do everything you can to maximize on your corner exit, and then you just look to your right, and they blow past you like you parked. Which is why everybody goes 4 wide into turn 2 on the restart and wrecks like a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah.
That's your best shot to make a pass. A single file progression now as you see the 76 machine of Heitman dive all the way down to the yellow here to try and make the pass. Turn 1 not able to get to the quarter panel though, going to tuck back in line down the long pond straightaway. Right on board now with Paul Bergoli. It's quiet, unassuming start for Paul here as he rides right behind Derek Heitman through turn 2.
Very true.
It's one thing that Pocono didn't used to do back in the day.
But long blink out of Derek Heitman real quick here. He just went to the shadow realm and he's back now. Phew! That was big. Anyways, you were saying about Pocono?
That's one of the things I really like about this track that has kind of showed up in the last handful of years. Used to be, once we switched away from the original pavement that we had here back in, I think, 2017, 2018, and went to this repave, everything kind of became single lane. You could only make the bottom work, and that was it. Now we're seeing guys kind of put these cars in places that I haven't even had the opportunity to witness, especially in turn 3. Watch how much they fan out, how much real estate they use when they get into 3. Because it's truly something beautiful. We got cars all the way up against the fence as you see Gulata up there in the marbles putting down some scorching pace. And some guys all the way down the bottom. Kind of a little bit of something for everybody there in a 3.
That's a good point. There is some room to work with turn 3 a little bit, and maybe that Milwaukee Mile being one of the widest turns on the track. I think it is the widest turn on the track. One of the longest and widest overall.
I'm just going to stop before I get myself in trouble here, Joe.
Am I throwing down that many double entendres? Head in the gutter, my friend. Head in the gutter.
Pretty bad.
You need Jesus, my friend. I will abstain from making quite as many double entendres. But you know, these guys are all coming as hard as they can right now, so it's going to be tough. When you got a field that's all doing that at the same time, it's just impressive. Right now, speaking of which,
you're not you trying.
Let's talk about where the competition is on the field right now. Things are a little bit spread out here at the front. Evan Say and Tommy Gossett working together, trying. Looks like Tommy Gossett's trying to get around Say, but that's kind of one of the 1-2 punch that's happening there. Ooh, dive down to the inside.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh no.
Oh, Zach Range. He'll be pretty glad when we get the hell away from here. I can tell you that.
Well, does he have enough damage to call it a night?
No.
Not even.
Because, well, I mean, there's. You go and you leave early, and you know they're going to wreck about 5 more times. Right there, that's just a slide job gone wrong into turn 2.
Yeah. It's got lifted.
Because it's such a complex corner. When you're going to make a big move like that, like you got to at least be able to keep it down in your groove. Kind of clears himself a little bit. Rough break for Zach Range, but I'd have to put the blame on the 043 machine on that one.
Yeah, let's see some more of the situation between these two here.
Down, turn one down Long Pond straight away, gets up to the back bumper of the 20 machine. Oh, the 20 had a little bit of a blink. I can understand why Zach made the move.
Yeah, I can too at this point. He thinks he's out of the picture.
At the same time, I mean, like race preservation, like if you're gonna make that move because the 20 was there, he saw him when he went to make the dive down into turn 2. You've got to make sure that you're able to keep it where it needs to be. Because that's just the risk you take. And also, Roman getting a lap back here.
Hey, I think he said it when he was coming off of pit road. He said, "We are so back."
Oh, back to 8 laps down instead of 9. So yeah, to an extent.
And all right,
a huge split decision here as to whether to pit or not. A majority of the field opting to come down pit road, but a handful of guys a little bit further in the back of the pack got caught up in wrecks earlier, opting to stay out.
Yeah, Roman's going to get another lap back now, it looks like.
Oh, he's getting the one back.
Getting the one, is this it? Okay. Oh, he got the lucky dog. Okay. As Gator points out in the chat, the officials this week have been a bloodbath. That's true, yeah. That was kind of a one-car wreck. Would you have officiated that as a yellow flag if you were out here? Yelling?
Oh yeah, no. When you get a car spin on the back straightaway, I mean it's just pretty consistent. You got to throw it.
Okay, that's fair. I thought maybe single car down to the inside, but
I mean you gotta look. What do they do? In real life, they throw the caution.
No matter, yeah, that's true. They would just throw it.
Which is why some people that used to spin themselves out intentionally on iRacing back in the day, you get a caution, still do that to this day.
Oof. Despicable behavior.
In real life, no, though.
Oh, are you alluding to someone specific, Sheldon? Do tell.
I'm old.
I understand.
We'll just say that somebody said they're gonna beat his ass when he gets home, so we'll see how that works out.
Okay, all right. A little bit of heat as usual from the garage or the locker room, or what do they say in racing for where the drivers hang out? The pits. Is that where they would?
No, we don't say the paddock. No, we do. We don't say the paddock.
Okay.
I have never. Oh, an Indy, yeah, and like Formula 1, IndyCar, anything else? You say. You say paddock to NASCAR fans, they're gonna call you slurs afterwards, man. Come on now.
Is that right? I didn't even think about it like that.
If you're in Talladega, damn sure. It'll be Edstrom that calls you it.
Edstrom will be the first one in line. And here we have the lights off on the pace car getting ready to go once again here at beautiful virtual Pocono Raceway. Joseph Galata out run the front. Evan Say in second. Jack Mason, Paul Bergoli in the second row behind him.
Kind of disappointed with Edstrom. He said that he wouldn't come up here and call this with us as a 3-man tonight because he was going to race. And I'm looking extra hard, and I don't see the little bastard anywhere. Do you?
I don't. Not unless he's riding along with someone else. Sitting shotgun. I haven't checked any other splits or anything. We could take a look here maybe in a little bit, but right now...
What's rating in here? Have that metric on.
I couldn't even tell you, but it's higher than mine by a factor of about 10. That much I can say. Although I will start climbing my way. There we go. Pace car is off. Joe Galata, Evan Say.
Joseph Galata going to get a really good launch here. Going to get up in front of the 333 machine of Evan Say down in turn 1. Evan Say now side by side with the 07 car of Jack Mace. Mace going to go all the way down to the yellow stripe through the first corner. But I think that outside line momentum is going to prevail. Here comes Evan Say with a huge run around the top. High, wide, and handsome. The 333 machine is going to take over the second spot.
Here we go. Down. Here comes the single file line now.
Right there, which
through
is
the back straight.
Oh, head on into the wall. Huge crash. Roger Pierce, Sean Conklin, and Pierce still getting the worst of it down the back straightaway. Derek Heitman also in it, and now Tommy Gossett gets tagged. Benefield's in it, as well as Dalton Collins and Richard Garcia. That was a nasty crash.
That's right. Oh, I'm hearing some screaming from the driver's radio. I'm hearing some hooting and hollering. It was exciting from down there. Let's see what it looks like from up here.
Put on no ears Pierce here, because he took 2 nasty licks in that one.
Oh yeah, just a 1-2 from drivers around him.
What happened here is you see just a little bit of contact there from Terlindi. Offsets the car, head on into the fence. Huge shot from that. Tell you what, if he's got a butt kicker, he's probably feeling pretty well kicked right now.
Yeah, his chair is vibrating. What a situation to find yourself in. Unfortunate. Lose little control, and then suddenly you're everyone's punching bag.
It just gets hooked, head on into the fence. The inside wall hit. You see it rip the suspension out of the left front of the car. And he's just a passenger at that point. Sean Conklin also gets heavy damage from that. The car that, dominated the first handful of laps here, albeit under caution for the majority, pretty torn up here. So we're right on board with Adam Benefield, and just nowhere for Adam to go.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
Benefield has had a really rough stint the past couple weeks. Went to Michigan week before last. Opportunity for him to go out and, get a win as good as he is at these big tracks. Gets taken out. Daytona, not the best of weeks for him, and here we are again, just repeat scenario here at Pocono.
We're on, if you're trying to guess where we are right now, folks, we're on about lap 26 of 80 laps here. And so I think that we're going to try to make one more green flag run, and we'll see how far we can get before we take our first break. So I'm just going to give them one more shot to make their way around. Sounds like the drivers are working through in a diplomatic fashion the situation they've been finding themselves in as the night goes on.
As many wrecks as we've had here, I can tell you one thing that is in short supply. It's patience.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys are just about at the point where they're about to boil over, and we're seeing a tail end of that.
That would be patience. Patience is king at Pocono. And it's the one thing that, you just don't find when you're looking outside of leagues and you're in top split and you've got guys who are really fighting and clawing tooth and nail to be here. Patience can sometimes be, you had to have patience to get here, but sometimes by the time you do, it just doesn't work out. Your patience falls apart. and you're finally here. You finally want to race with the top of the top, and you just don't get the race you expect. And yeah, I can see the patience just slowly vanishing.
Also, we've reached that halfway point in the season too, just about. All these guys have been racing each other since February, and most of them raced each other last year. And you kind of get tired of being around the same assholes every week. And there's not been much give and take here this week from Pocono in, well, really anything, because the way the car has us in the box right now, there's not really much option to give or take. Like it's got to be take all the way. 'Cause it's just so hard to make passes, and we're not getting a long run, so you might as well just send it on a restart.
Yep, just send it. Probably your best bet. Let's see who decides to send it or not. Maybe they will, maybe we'll get a little bit of, maybe we'll get a little bit of green flag racing this time if folks are actually going to hold on to their sensibility for a couple of laps. But based on the radio chatter, Sheldon, I don't think we're going to get any of that. I think we're going to get my guess is that we're going to have we're going to be maybe going around at this pace again in a couple of laps.
Couple minutes.
And that's coming from me, Mr. Optimism. I want everyone just to do good and have a good time. There goes the pace car. And it's the green flag again. Here we go. Galata out in front.
The 07 machine of Mace going to be able to get clear of Evan Say down at turn 1 here. Deep dive down to the bottom of the track here. Here comes the 333 machine of Say, working the top line again, trying to find the momentum. Gets kind of scrolled up over the pothole, though, in the center of 1. Don't lose a little bit of time here. Top 3 basically set in stone for the time being as we work down into turn 2 off of Long Pond straightaway. Any chaos coming this time? Looks like it as the 84 machine of Warman tries to take a peek down to the inside of the 30 machine of Mule. Doesn't happen, though.
We got some 3 wides going on already here. It sounds like Tyler Luttrell having a little bit of a situation here, getting squeezed up into the middle of a couple of cars, but now he's by himself out just ahead of B. Thomas and Joey Preby. Thomas on the inside, on the outside there. Preby on the inside. 3 wide behind him as we go into 1.
Just an absolute gaggle of cars here right now coming out turn 1. Oh, near contact between the 09 machine of Terlendi and John Ballou a little bit further in the pack.
Ooh, they're very, very tight right now up there.
This right here, this is a storm brewing right here.
It is. Ballou trying to get around Terlendi, but he can't decide if he couldn't decide if he was going to get down and follow range or if he was going to go. Now he can't decide if he wants to use the outside line. That's dangerous. Let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what, the fact that Zach Range is still out here on the track running in the top 15 is impressive, to say the least. That 043 machine's hit just about everything but the hot dog stand behind pit road here. A rough race for him,
right.
But working on the recovery drive right now as we reach lap 30.
It has been a tough one for Zach Range. We've seen him on the highlight reel and not in the good way so far over the course of this race, at least twice. A lot of shuffling going on, though, there behind Range. He's just part of the group there. Here comes the 12 now. Becomes part of the group. Sliding in, that's Paul Bergoli. Sliding in behind Ballou.
Oh, 3 wide, back into 3. Sean Conklin down to the inside of Zach Range with Joey Preby up on the outside. A little bit of wall contact here down the front straightaway. Still 3. Conklin not able to get anything to happen there, though, on the bottom lane. Doesn't have the draft to pull him, as you see Preby getting a huge shot from behind from Tommy Gossett down to turn 1. And Conklin back restarted now behind Zach Range.
Conklin and Gossett were leading this race for a good number of laps before we started having a few more wrecks here. Now they find themselves in the middle of the pack, working their way back up to the front. It's been a tough one it was a good one for them, and now it's become a tough one as Gossett very, very close to the back of Preby. Almost thought he was going to get into the back of Preby there.
Well, the only mistake that those two have made this entire race is that they try to be strategic. They got shuffled into the back of the pack. They go 4 wide out of turn 3, Conklin down to the inside of Luttrell. Huge contact, Gossett around.
That's it. We saw it happening We saw it happen live in real time. Paul Bergoli, Zach Range, we all saw that coming. Let's look at that one again. Let's see it I want to see that one from Paul Bergoli's perspective, because I think that he might have been one of the first ones to be involved in what looked like that oscillation that just got caught up here. Let's see.
And Tommy was ahead of the damn thing and still found a way to get caught up in it.
You do what
the
you
luck
gotta
of
do.
The luck of this man just seems to fall right out the window every time we reach about quarter of the way into the race, and it's just heartbreaking.
Yes, it is. And we've just about hit that point too. We're at lap 32 of 80, folks. After we take another look at this angle here, we're going to take a little break, but let's see what happens
For Bergoli here, and it's going to be hard to see it really happens because he just gets kind of shotgunned here from the bottom.
Bam!
I can't tell if Luttrell or Bergoli. If Bergoli came down or if Luttrell came up.
Yeah.
From that angle.
Hard to tell.
It fucking sucks we don't have the blimp this week. That's just...
It sounds like Joey Preby also is
I think Preby
throwing
may
his
have
hat
came
in the
up.
ring for
I
potentially
think
getting
Preby
involved.
may have came up a little bit, and it kind of shuffled Luttrell up a little bit higher than he wanted to be, and unfortunately Bergoli was there.
Yep.
And
Yep. I don't think they ever should have been 4 wide, though. That was such a ridiculous move for them to be pulling at that exact moment to just decide. There was multiple decisions being made there to go 4 wide. Something had to give, and what gave was the coherence of the pack itself. Not a single car, no one backing out of it and saying, you know what, here you go, boys. The entire cohesion. Really unfortunate. But folks, we still have the lights on the pace car, which means we still have 2 to go. We're going to take a short break here on Grid Vision, and when we get back, we'll have more from Virtual Pocono Raceway, so don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, we're back here from virtual Pocono Raceway for the Grid Vision Wednesday night top split coverage. It's me, Jolo, up in the booth with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire, the trio that brings you the best in iRacing coverage week after week after week. And here we are again covering virtual Pocono Raceway, or as I should say, virtual Pocono parking lot, because right now we have had about 6 cautions going around here in 35 laps out of 80. It has been a very tough one to get started here tonight. But Joseph Galata and Evan Say are going to do their best to start things off yet again. Let's see how far they can make it this time around. And getting ready for that green flag. Just about anything is possible here. We've seen big wrecks, small wrecks, but every one of them has led to a yellow. We've lost a few cars already on the field. It's been a bit of a madhouse, folks. And yet we press on. Here we go for the restart. Everyone's getting ready. Galata and Say, there's the green flag, green flag, green flag. We're go yet again here on Grid Vision. Already moving wide in the back lane there. We've got a few drivers. They're setting it a little bit wider, just getting an eye on the corner. Want to see how things are going to go. Things are going to shape up. We're 3 wide, I think. I'm looking here at one in one place, a little bit further back, trying to check out which cars are exactly where, but everyone is taking it a little bit cooler. I do notice that. Out in front, Galata, Say, and Bits leading things. Back a little ways. We've got still some 2 wide situations. Former leaders, Tommy Gossett.
Baldridge gets a little bit tight through 3, gets up into the door of Zach Range up into the fence down the front straightaway. It opens the door for Conklin. He's going to take off 2 easy spots there down the front stretch into 1.
Also, let's talk about Mace, Garcia, and Collins. Dalton Collins now on the inside, blinking a little bit, but still holding on. He's trying to make up places in the 20 machine as fast as he can. He's on the inside right now. Ooh, pushing Garcia up into the wall.
So John Baldridge trying to get a look down to the inside of Cody Trelindi down into turn 2. And hard into the fence goes Dalton Collins right in front of Garcia. Just about loses it in front of the pack, but does a hell of a job keeping the thing under him. But now he's stuck on the bottom lane. He's going to lose a handful of spots here before he gets momentum back in that machine.
He's going to be part of a group that goes 3 wide back there. More action. There we go. Another flag is out. They were 3 wide in the back again. Tommy Gossett involved. The blue car of Adam Benefield, the 83 involved. Let's take a look. Wayback Machine is getting its kicks tonight.
Like Tommy gets a little bit tight coming out of turn 3, gets up into the left rear quarter panel of Benefield. I'd get a look at it from a different angle here to see really what happened.
Let's see.
Our producer says no, and I don't blame him. I kind of want to go on strike here too.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. There we go. Another angle from the Wayback Machine this time. You can see Benefield there in the blue car in the 83 just gets spun right over the nose of, I think that's over the nose of Gossett. Really unfortunate situations are afoot here, folks, as we are still just barely halfway through this race. Two laps away from halfway.
It's taken us an hour to get here.
No, that's true. 2 laps to get, it's taking us an hour to get 40 laps of a 2.5 mile track, which does seem a little bit seems a little bit long. That's why I'm sure folks have been using this time wisely. Get a drink, stretch, Benjamin, the whole deal.
Nice bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Delicious.
Be here well.
Delicious.
Absolutely. And that is actually one of the first times in years that NASCAR marketing has worked on me. The
Yeah.
unveiled the new Roush Cinnamon Toast Crunch car. I believe it's Ryan Priest's memory serves. Either that or Busher. Either way, saw that, and I was like, shit, you know what? I need to go buy me a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's been a while. Sitting here with a bowl right now because, I mean, what the hell? We're under caution anyway.
Yeah. I went and got myself a Sprite plus tea. It's delicious. I'm not being paid to say that. I wish I was. You hear me, Sprite? Let's make some money. Sell some Sprite plus tea.
If you don't drink Sprite plus tea, then fuck you.
That's right. I just need I need a billboard. Big surly guy just drinking a Sprite plus tea and staring you down. Yeah, we should make the Sprite series. Let's email Sprite and say, hey Sprite, we got a deal for you. Virtual Sprite series. Virtual series brought to you by Sprite. And that's true. Since Coke already has the E-Series Sprites, you know, they could just take their Sprite brand and use that for the others for a competing league. You could do cross-league events. It would be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Buddy, I'll be honest with you.
Points out it'd be a good truck series. Yeah, well, yeah, what's up?
With our back catalog, we'd be lucky to land Fago.
I'll take it. I'll take a Fago series would be fantastic. Can you imagine the liveries on those cars? They would be incredible. Just one
all fun and games until you look inside of the cars and you just see a bunch of fucking clown masks.
Clown masks, hatchet men tattoos. I love it. I love it. Juggalos will outlive us all, baby.
Newports and child support paychecks.
Woohoo! Whatever it is, it's this it's a subculture with some real staying power. I gotta say, bless them. I love a good subculture that's got some staying power like that in popular culture. And I remember when they showed up on the field, I was probably about 10 years old. Now the lights are off on the pace car. So we are going to get ready, and actually we have crossed the halfway point. So let's see if the halfway point is going to be now we're going to be going downhill, hopefully, at this point.
think we went downhill at the top of the hour about an hour ago.
Yeah, arguably so. We've been descending deeper and deeper. Every flag a new circle of hell. But at the same time, it's been I'm trying to play that ever the optimist card that I am known for, or that I know myself for. And that is to say that maybe, just maybe, we've got enough of the gremlins out that no one's going to try to put it 3 wide in the middle of 2 here at Pocono for at least a couple of laps. Let's just get a couple more laps in. We had some decent laps back there. Let's have that happen again. There goes the green flag as James Houghton's going to lead things off here with Sean Conklin on the on this back right behind him. Conklin with a big blink real quick there. Jack Mason third.
The 3 wide action right now coming out turn 1, at least nearly. Garcia almost gets to the inside of the 30 machine Mahil. They're going to go double file down the back straightaway into turn 2. Not a whole lot of chaos here so far on this restart.
Luttrell on the back there. I see Derek Heitman was just briefly flagging like he was going to try to put it 3 wide himself over there on the inside of Nolan Hodgson. I don't think he has the speed to pull it off, though, so now he's not going to do it. Nope, he's coming back in. Doesn't quite have the speed to pull this off. The 20 of Dalton Collins right behind Derek Heitman. Both of them cycling around there, trying to avoid things. Adam Benefield now on the inside. It's a bit of a dance back there as Hodgson's holding off Heitman.
Back straightaway here. Everybody single file here for the top 5 positions. Not a whole lot of jockeying going on right now. Those you see, the machine can't tell which one of the Ryko cars it is. I believe that is Quentin Warman's trying to find his way back up to the front of the pack after he kind of got shafted earlier on strategy. And one thing to note, Sean Conklin, we saw that car nosed up against the fence in that huge wreck that took out Roger Pierce. He's back up here at the point now as he takes the lead away from James Houghton through 3.
Now, I've got eyes on Cody Terlindi here, and he's just got a little bit loose coming out of 3. I'm wondering if he's just driving it a little bit harder into the corners than he might be meaning to a little bit. Right now, he's in 19th. Looks like he's got a little bit more in the car than he might be able to hold on to. He's had a little bit of a few moments where he just appeared to be a little loose during some of these turns, all on his own. And I'm watching kind of with the yellow flag, yellow light in my eyes, thinking maybe there's something that's going to be happening here. So we'll see.
What is happening right now? Bow for second. Jack Mace going to get down to the inside of Houghton. Had him set up for 2 corners. Down into 3. Going to send it with a huge slider. Going to take away the spot from James Houghton.
Jack Mace, not bad. A good move. Houghton now back in 3rd. These guys up here at the front have things sort of split out. Ooh, very close now. Range having to check up hard behind Brendan Meal. Zach Range in 6th, Meal in 5th. Right there. Oh, Meal off the wall. Range going to try to use that lack of momentum now. They're 2 wide. Let's see what happens. Right behind them, Nick Olson also a little bit sideways coming through that turn. This is what I was experiencing when I was down there on the track. I'm not sure if you experienced it too, Sheldon, but with the Cup car at Pocono, I did find it sometimes be a little slidey.
There's not a whole lot of grip to go around on this place. Repay or not, these cars are so trimmed out to try and, get the most down these straightaways that you kind of get rid of all the good handling parts of the machine.
I could feel that. As right now, we've got good straight line racing. A few people here still in the In the sucker hole. That's the term I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of what other fair term I could use that wouldn't just get made fun of immediately to describe the same thing. But the sucker hole being the appropriate term, I'll use that.
Here comes Levine now, trying to make the move for 6, down to the inside of Brennan Mule. He's been working on this for a little bit, gave him a shot going into the tunnel turn about a half a lap ago. Now they're going to be side by side down into turn 1. Brennan going to try and get the side draft pulled back off the 33, now going high. Here comes Justin Levine, though, diving all the way down on the yellow, just about to the flat of the corner. And Levine with a huge slide job going to take away the spot from the 40.
Yeah, great slide there. Really good slide. Back a little ways, we're watching another situation form again in the 12th, 13th spot. 13th spot, we have Evan Say. 15th, excuse me. He was briefly 3 wide there with Tyler Luttrell. They have sorted that out very quickly, thankfully. Very, very tight racing right now between Say, Wilhite, and Balu. Ooh, hard bounce off the wall. That was for Channing Balu. Not the place you want to be.
Not at all. The aero damage here at this place can be really bad if you somehow hit the wall hard enough to actually tear the car up a little bit. Of course, say the same thing to Conklin, and Conklin will just ask you, what the hell do you even mean by damage, as he's starting to walk away to a decent lead over 2nd place. Right now, Mace doing everything he can to try and reel that 54 machine in, but I mean, this is the tail we've seen all season long with Sean Conklin, that Napa Auto Parts Camry. He gets to the front, man, it's like a shark to blood. You cannot stop him from running away with it.
Yep, it's going to be a heat-seeking missile that just is going to run away with the lead, one that never seems to run out of fuel. As we're approaching now 50 out of 80. 30 laps to go at Pocono. As we've got Jobo up in the chat saying, figured he'd grab some food, come back, and it would be 60 to 70. Nope, lap 47. Correct. Welcome back. Good to have you back. Glad you're watching. Hope you've been enjoying the race, folks. Jobo included. It's been one.
If you look up the term shit show, you will find the first 40 laps of this race on repeat. I don't know what happened. Okay. I don't know if we all got tired of running behind the pace car, if we wrecked enough cars that we don't have to worry about it anymore, but everybody's kind of being a little more cordial now.
Yeah, it's true. So. But I'm sorry the light has already gone from my eyes and the smile from my face. All optimism gone. The formerly optimistic Jolo now is just a husk of his former self. And I got to say that the fact that we've been going green right now for as long as we have is barely even registered, but it should register. It should click, and it's just been so tough because I see these situations and just think, oh, here we go again. But you're right. I'm going to give credit where credit is due, damn it. We've had green flag racing. I'm going to curse it right now by pointing it out. But we're at 51 out of 80, and we're still going.
Why would you do that? Don't point it out. Come on.
I'm a wild card.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now, though, that next time I hear the word Pocono after this week, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to hear helicopters and Creedence Clearwater Revival. Oh, there it is. God damn it, Joe.
Yellow flag is out. You hear the helicopters? They're coming for you.
Fired.
It ain't me. It ain't me.
As soon as the words green flag racing came out of your mouth. You're done. All right, who screwed it up? We were single file all the way through the damn field.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame them.
Who did it? Why'd you do it? So know who did it.
That's right. Souza.
Souza, come on, man. Why? Why did you do this? And of course, In classic fashion, Johnny Baldridge has to get caught into the shit. Oh, I feel so bad for Johnny, man. It's like every week he's just minding his own.
Ooh.
And Sousa just loops it right in front of him.
Did you see that? It was that wheel jerk. He had one solid, like, turn of the wheel that looks like it just got the front wheels just out of grip completely, and he couldn't recover from that.
And Johnny just had no idea that he was about to be in a tandem drift video.
Ay, 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 ay.
I didn't even know you could do that.
The ay-ay-ay's?
No, the crash at that instance.
Oh,
That
okay.
that part of the corner, that was a new one for me.
Yeah, you can learn new things every day about how to crash at Pocono.
Hey, what, man?
Let's take a little break here, folks. When we come back, we'll have more from Pocono, and we hope that you'll still be here. So stick around.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, we're back with Wednesday night top split coverage here on Grid Vision. It's Jolo, Sheldon, and Austin, the trio that brings you the best in iRacing, and we are once again bringing you Pocono's best, maybe, question mark. It's kind of tough to say tonight because the best appears to be a lot of stops and a lot of starts.
Yes, absolutely. We are watching one of the Pocono races of all time here live on iRacing. One of them. Also, you
That's
forgot
probably
Karen.
the best way to put it. And we got great racers here on the track, man. We really do. Guys that we see week in and week out put in really, really good numbers, and they're just getting eaten alive. Just getting eaten alive.
Well, I'll tell you, we're in the top split. That means we're in the ego split, and that's what you're seeing right now. None of these guys, want to give anything. So it's a battle of give and take week in and week out, and when you get up here, it gets a little more, fuck you, I don't want you to have my spot, I'm taking it back. And that's what we're seeing. In most cases.
Let's see if we get a little bit more of that action as Joseph Galata and Noah Bitts lead things off here, looking for the restart zone. There it is. Galata's going to go ahead and hit the gas. We've got it. Green flag yet again. Already 3 wide right behind him.
Yeah, Noah Bitts did not do a good job covering the top line. Here comes Luttrell taking it 3 wide down into turn 1. Luttrell all the way up against the outside line here. Not able to do it, though. Evan Say going to be able to put the power down and muscle it through turn 1 down the back straightaway. He's going to take over second spot again as they are still side by side for second. And Hodgson just about hooked it head on into the fence on the back straightaway.
Dalton Collins traded places with Hodgson very fast there.
Around goes Luttrell off the bumper of Bitts and a huge crash out of 2.
That took out.
And they are still, oh my
everyone
God.
From 5th back. Everyone
Conklin
from
caught in
5th
another.
back. Oh my God.
Conklin gets caught in another wreck. Tommy Gossett catches a little bit of damage in this one as well.
Madre de Dios.
I mean, come on, we cannot be this
in foreign languages.
Well, what, Jody? What's the metric? What's the lowest side rating in here?
The lowest I rating in here right now is 4,828.
4,800.
It belongs to it's Chad Genningsman.
I'm 2,809. This fucking stupid man. Come on, like, this is ridiculous.
I'm 680
like
something. I'm not like this.
A fucking bump and run into 2 at Pocono in front of the entire pack. Like everybody's been doing stupid shit tonight, but this is just ridiculous.
You know what? It just goes to show this kind of behavior, not this kind of behavior. This kind of this kind of behavior, this kind of incidents, these kind of situations happens no matter where you are in the split order on iRacing. You could be racing top split iRacing, and you're still going to end up with situations like this, where a track just eats the whole field for breakfast.
I've seen smarter shit in street stocks.
This
like
is
let's run on board with Roman. Nope. We're riding on board with Conklin here. And nothing Sean could have done to avoid this, and I guarantee you that's probably busted an upper control arm on the 54 machine. God, it's just ridiculous. Like, we've made it. We're 56 laps in, and we're still doing this. This is great.
Yeah, we still have been riding the line, I think, or have been heavily leaning to the point of doing more laps under caution than actually under green. If you look at the overall ratio here tonight, we've got to be on our 6th or 7th caution of the night. At this point, it's been hard to say that we've had a good one. Yeah. Very hard to say that we've had a good one. From our point of view, we've had a great one. I mean, we're sitting up here in the box, obviously. We don't have much skin in the game. But what we're looking for is something that was a little bit more dramatic and a little bit less depressing. I think that's maybe the best description I could give you.
Rock and Roll 400 last year at fucking Richmond, of all places. We went 220 laps green to close out that thing.
Jeez Louise. 220 laps green? I could barely imagine trying to do that. Much less call that race. That sounds wild.
I forget who the hell I called that one with. I think it was either you or Burris. Can't remember. It was a major series race.
Oh, I am approaching my 1-year anniversary of calling races, actually.
Yeah, man, it was somewhere around fall, so I think I might have covered it with you.
It might have been, yeah.
But like that was a mixed split race. And like, you know, the first 100 or so laps, yeah, we had wrecks every 15 laps or 20 laps or so, but I mean, come on, this is Pocono. where you have all these different lanes and options. Just lift. It's that simple. Lift. That pedal that makes the car go brrr. You don't have to keep that stuck to the ground every second of the damn race.
Yeah, Pocono is not a track you can't. You can't go pedal to the metal around this track.
Like, guy in front of you makes a mistake, crack the throttle for just a second. Guess what? As soon as you do it, that guy will know, hey, that guy lifted for my ass. When you have a mistake in front of him a couple races from now or later on in the race, he's going to do the same thing, and then boom, that's 2 cautions that we've avoided.
Yeah, yeah, and it is a matter of knowing when someone's going to lift. Pocono is weird. It's with those 3 different turns. You've got 3 different setups potentially for your braking zone, for your markers. So just you gotta be situationally aware, not just zoned in too much on the car ahead of you. You got to know where you are on the track, get ready for that, and anticipate what the car ahead of you is going to do before he actually does it. You can't be reactionary. You got to be anticipatory.
Yeah, but at the same time, this track has been on the schedule for NASCAR longer than, well, really anybody in this lobby has even been alive. So we know what to expect with this place. I just don't understand how we're almost 60 laps in it and we're still figuring it out.
It's the week 1 jitters.
New build.
And it's the new build for week 1.
Every time I've seen Pocono on here, it's turned into a shit fest at some point. You can only throw that so far. These guys have all probably ran about 10 races this week.
Well, I wonder if any of their races here have been of this caliber, if you want to call it a caliber. Look, there goes the pace car. We're down on the stretch. Let's get ready. And we're green yet again, yet again, yet again, yet again, yet again.
Green flag, good launch for the 98 machine of Joseph Goulart as he comes up to the top to try and pull his CFM teammate of Evan Say forward down to turn 1. So you're going to try to use that high line, but here comes Noah Bitts down on the bottom trying to make something happen. It worked for Say last time. Won't work for Bitts? Not necessarily, as there's not a hole between Evan Say and the 98 machine of Goulart as we come down Long Pond straightaway into turn 2. Evan Say going to be able to clear down into 2. And now Noah Bitts stuck in the sucker hole down the inside line as Terlendi rockets around the outside lane to get past him. And here comes Warman back into the picture.
Warman involved in a 3 wide situation right now. Bitts in the middle. Oh, there we go. That 3 wide is just resolved into a nice single file. Very smooth. With Bitts and Garcia falling in behind Quentin Warman. Warman in 4th. Bitts and Garcia in 5th and 6th respectively. And the field itself has gotten down to a nice mixture of single file and some inside. Oh, we got a spin! We got a spin! Yeah, a single car around. That, I think, was Chris Wilhite. Let's take a look and see here. That was about as soft of a wreck as we've had all night, and we've had plenty. Let's see where he takes this.
A little bit of a...
Oh, he got a lot of help from him there.
A lot of help from the 26th machine of Paul Hill.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but definitely cleaned him out there, to say the least.
Yeah, it was a good shove. It was a very clear, very good shove. And wait for it. Here it comes. That's it.
That's just another case of one guy checks up and the guy behind him just doesn't crack out of it.
Oh, and that was the second time Hill's done that, been involved in that situation tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing that nobody wants to lift, so. I know momentum is everything with these cars, but like there's gotta be some kind of a point. Is Roman
We're
getting
still-
another lap back?
I think so. He's had plenty of opportunity.
These guys keep on if Roman's going to win this damn race.
He'll get back out into the lead lap before we know it. He'll get caught up. Well, he's got 19 laps to do it. And let's see if they can make it. We had some decent run there, just a little bit.
See,
Let's get that back in business.
you see Trelendi over here pretending to, well, not really pretending, but threatening to knock the back bumper cover off of Roman before he got the lucky dog there to try and make him ineligible for it.
Oh. That would have been really brutal play.
Obviously, joking
Mm-hmm.
with him here, but nonetheless, pretty funny. Really impressive to me though is after all these damn wrecks, we only have 3 cars out of the race. Zach Rinker,
Only
Roger
3.
Pierce, and Keegan Sabilo.
We sure those are the only 3 that are out? I see that we also have Tyler Luttrell and Joseph have left the field.
Only 4 laps down. Okay, so 2 other cars added on to it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's my pick, is Joseph Squared. So that's 2 more there for the chopping block, unfortunately. And now we're still in a 2 to green situation as the guys are getting things straightened out. Thanks for joining us, folks, on this ride here. Be sure to hit that follow button and follow along with Grid Vision's exploits on Twitch. Remember, we post replays of these races later if you want to get caught up and watch them again. You can follow along. Lights are off in the pace car. Down the front stretch. We are going to be getting things going here. Lap 63 of 80 at virtual Pocono Raceway here on the Grid Vision Wednesday night top split coverage.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to go green here.
I think we are. That's very likely the situation.
But Sage is about to knock the wall down here under caution. Must be reaching over for another ice cold brew of his choice. I know that gesture.
And right now, Noah Bitts, Joseph Gulata and Evan Say are going to lead things off, with Cody Terlindi and Quentin Warman behind them on the second row.
Yes, CFM versus Ryko here. This would be an interesting heads-up duel between these 4 cars. They were definitely in the hands of Joseph Gulata and Evan Say, though, as they've got the front row, which means they can kind of count this down, work strategy with each other on when to go here in the box. Make sure these guys get the opportunity to get down to turn 1, not being side by side, and kind of give each other a little hole so they can kind of add a little bit of padding between them and the cars behind them.
Going through 3 now, getting ready to go. Here comes the pace car. He's going to be off any second. And then after that, it's going to be up to Say and Gulata to show them how it's done. Oh, that was an interesting situation. Just had a little bit of a last-minute shuffling of the order. And we are green yet again.
Down to turn
Oh, no.
1.
Wow.
Gulata with the
Look
advantage.
down. Very deep dive down there for...
It's not going to work. Oh, it's not going to work. Chileni going to try and pull a slide
Dalton
job
Collins.
on the 333 machine, and around he goes. Up in the fence, we got more cars wrecking. A huge wreck coming out of turn 2. Out of turn 1.
That was Dalton Collins tapping Jack Mace pretty hard there and sending him around.
I wish we could get driver audio in here.
I wish we could too. That was a funny one.
Roman
That was
just
wild.
screamed like an 8-year-old girl.
That was one I do wish I had for the soundboard. That was very good.
It's
But
beautiful.
let's take a look. When we when we get things sorted out here, we're gonna have our next yellow going around lap 64. But here we are in the Wayback Machine, and let's see what happened. Watch this. It was ahead of this.
Yeah,
It was
it
two
looks like
things
Noah.
happened at the same time. I think Dalton Collins saw a situation ahead of him, and then he got up into he got up into Brandon Schmidt, but it was ahead of him that the situation started.
Yeah, it was the 9 machine. It looked like of Noah Bits. It was the first car to go around. See, 20 machine making a little bit of contact with 31 here. I think possibly
Yeah.
reactionary, though, to the big wreck that was happening in front of them.
Yeah. It definitely was reactionary.
Let's see what happened here to Noah. That was reaction to the contact between Evan Say.
Wow, what a confluence
And
of
Trelendi.
events. That was a lot of events all occurring in order, leading to there we go, a little wiggle.
And Bergoli took one hell of a hit against the inside wall there. At probably the worst angle you can hit with one of these cars, too. That's going to tear that machine up. And Cody is beyond pissed right now.
Yeah, he's lit up.
Yep. Terlindi is upset that he got moved by Evan Say. All these guys are fighting in here right now.
Yeah. They're having
See,
that.
Preeby's making cat noises. It's fucking right now in the voice chat, man. You really need to clear that up.
It is it's all over the place. These guys are at each other's throats. It's been that kind of race. Everyone's on edge. This would be the point where I hit the Zen button on my wheel. Do you have one of those?
This is
It mutes voice chat.
This is the point where I'm getting ready to go take a nice visit to Toaster Bath and Beyond.
Well, this is a tough situation for these drivers, I know, and the tempers are flaring as we are here under yellow still for another lap at least. We're at 66 out of 80, 14 to go in tonight's race. It has been almost 2 hours to go 66 laps of Pocono.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If there's any patience in this field with 15 laps to go, you can take that shit and throw it out the window because it's about to get a little rougher. The entire field is ready to meet each other in the Applebee's parking lot. Even the leader. Even the leader's ready to start beating ass.
Or inside the Waffle House, depending on which one you're at.
Just fighting at a Waffle House, and that's when you're in a classy, luxurious neighborhood right there. Those are my people.
Right now, Lights are off on the pace car this time around. We're going to get things going. Gulata out in front. He's going to have to hold off everybody. He's going to hold off Quentin Warman, who's going to be on his outside. And behind them on row 2, it's Garcia and Terlindi.
One thing, it's going to be a difficult fight here for Gulata now. He's, had the luxury of having a teammate at immediate disposal on every restart that he's had here the last handful of restarts. I just got Quentin Warman up there, and Quentin Warman, man, he's so high up on the pylon for good reason. That man's got, talent. He's good on these restarts. Most importantly, though, he's hungry. He's been caught up in just about everything that could damn happen here today, and what a great way to make it all worth it than to walk out of this thing with the win next to it.
That'll be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and that's what we're looking for here right now as we're coming through turn 3 of Pocono, getting ready to get things started, folks. Lap 67 is going to turn into 68 real fast. Pace car is going to be off here any second, and Joseph Gulata is going to look for that Geico restart zone. There we go. Restart zone is hit. We're green yet again. Whew, very close right now between Warman and Garcia.
Yeah, both these guys getting help from behind, too. Evan Say giving a huge shot to the back of the 57 machine, and he takes the line away from Terlindi coming into 1. Muzzles him up the track, now side by side with Quentin Warman through turn 1. And a little bit of 3 wide. Here comes Heitman, and around goes the 333 machine of Evan Say.
Heitman spins Say.
And
victory lap, I guess, for Cody Terlind, who just takes that moment to have a quick shot at Evan Say.
It's slowly evolving into team versus team here at this point. And by slowly, I mean it's already started.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One of those things that I'm still kind of figuring out is where those lines are drawn with the drivers as I get to know folks. It's only been a year of calling races, but I've just gotten some names down. I haven't quite gotten the political lines down yet. You know what I mean?
I'm bored with Heitman here.
But it's exciting to listen to.
That's just a little bit of didn't lift. Car pushed up the hill there. I'm not going to put anything on Heitman, but it's just... this race is a shit show. It'll be good when it's all over.
Yeah. Yep. Just need to. Everyone needs to stretch their legs at this point. Everyone needs to crack their back and take a lap.
So there's your race winner right there. The iRacing pace car.
Oh, yes.
Also,
has led more laps than anybody in this race so far.
We've made it to lap 69, Joe.
Woohoo! Nice. What's the significance of that number again? I forget. Just a fun number.
And here comes Roman. Getting another lap back.
He is in a great position to do that. Just about every yellow that's out, he's been able to get a lap back every time. Look at that. Started 22nd, low 37, high 22nd. He's just been bouncing around. Really a bit of an unlucky run for him during this race because he hasn't been able to get back from that first initial wreck.
He hasn't really bounced well. Like he got sunk down there when he got in that wreck earlier.
Well, bounced around from in the end, at the bottom.
Yeah, he's 4 laps down now, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. 9, I don't want to dunk on him.
Roman's got something working for him. There's still a chance, man. We're going to use all 3 green, white checkers tonight. There's no way in hell.
Any man with 2 hands has got a fighting chance. You're right. We're gonna be using those green white checkers. That's gonna be for sure. And if you think tempers are flaring now, boy, have I got news for you. I've seen how tempers can flare during a green-white checkered situation, during tense races. That's when it really shines, and you start to get people on the verge of getting reported from iRacing. Get it to their 7-day vacation.
All right, so what active chicken shit are we going to see next?
I think the front is going to cause the next one again. I think there's going to be something that around the 4th, 5th, 6th position, somewhere around there, that's going to cause a cascade effect.
Oh, none of these guys. You deflated whose balls?
They're what? What an interesting analogy.
Take me to dinner first, maybe.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh, I see. Deflating. Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, this is. They are getting ready to cheat their way to the end of this race.
Somebody's going to turn somebody up here at the front, and it's not going to be pretty.
Oh, let's see. Everything's very tense. Let's just say that. Everything's very tense. Don't want to get out there and accuse anybody of anything, obviously, but we've seen some tempers flaring, and so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some lefts and some rights getting thrown far more deliberately than they have been so far.
Making our way down the back straightaway into 3 here. Hopefully, hopefully for the final time.
That would be a blessing. 71 right now out of 80. Going to turn into 72 as we cross the line here. And any minute now, Mr. Pace Car is going to pull off, and Mr. Joseph Galata and Richard Garcia, or Misters Joseph Galata and Richard Garcia, are going to lead things off for us here at Virtual Pocono Raceway. Green, green, green. Let's see if we can go. Galata moves to the outside. First thing. Oh, back down to the inside he goes. He's trying to find a good track position.
Down into turn 1. Here comes Quentin Warman with a deep dive. Derek Heitman trying the same movie you did a couple laps ago. Not going to work. Gets tight down through turn 1, but still able to take away the spot from Richard Garcia. Now Warman all over the back bumper, the 98 machine of Joseph Galata down the long pond straight down into turn 2. Down through the tunnel turn. Here comes the 84 machine trying to get to the back bumper, the 98, but not able to make anything of it right now into 3. And a deep dive here.
Oh, this is Ricky. Lots going on here.
Comes with a little bit of a side draft, trying to pull the 98 machine back, and it's going to work now. Door to door, coming down the front straightaway. And the advantage going to the 84 machine of Warman down into 1, and I do think he's going to be able to clear here. Yes, he does. With a slide job, now is the 98 going to lift up to the back bumper? No, he's not. A little bit of a shot coming out of turn 1. Down the back straightaway again. Here comes Galata trying to look to the inside.
Does he have it? Let's see if he has the momentum. Maybe. Heitman behind, still trying to see if he's going to follow in which footsteps. Warman or Galata.
Pulls a little bit of side draft down to turn 2. We're going to be dead even coming into 3, but I feel like the outside lane may prevail here. We've seen it time and time again here this week. Down to the bottom, though. Galata not going down without a fighting chance. Door to door. A little bit of contact down the front straightaway, bouncing off each other. At the line this time, though, it's going to go to Warman. But they're still fighting it out here for the win.
Galata squeezing Warman, just absolutely riding up on the wall. Now heavy down to the inside. Big dive down there.
And a huge slide job. Here comes Galata back up to the point. Is he going to be able to hold off Warman? Warman going to try and cross him over down the back straightaway with a huge run in and a little bit of a help from a teammate. Derek Heitman Gonna try and work with him. No, he's gonna go 3 wide, trying to take the outside from Gulata.
Oh,
And
getting a
and
spin.
around he goes off the nose. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Off the nose.
And they're still wrecking.
They're still wrecking? I only saw. Oh. And that. And that is that, folks. That's Houghton. That's Hodgson there, Nolan Hodgson. The beautiful livery on that car. But let's see the situation here.
It's a little bit of a bump and run down into 2 and a. I mean, it's the same thing, man. These two could have had one hell of a battle, but now you know it's going to be a restart, and people are going to start throwing fists here, and
Yeah.
just the patience ain't there.
No, it's going to be a dash to the end. We're going to be just shy of a green-white checkered situation by like a lap or 2.
And a domino effect is going to take the 12 machine of Hodgson around here. For what's already been a rough race for him. I gotta say,
Very
the huge
rough race.
heartbreak for Warman after all the hell that he's fought through to get back up to the front of this thing here. And ran a clean race, you know, hard-spirited battle between him and Galata. Just, wasn't expecting to see all that go down.
I had a feeling that the action was going to be at the front. I had a feeling that the next yellow was going to be from the front. And unfortunately, I was right on both counts. It's just not, I obviously didn't want to see that happen, but the front now has got so much competition stacked up. Some guys who had survived for a while, some guys who were just getting up here from way in the back. Like Derek Heitman is currently in the lead. Heitman is up 10 places. Joey Preby, who's in 4th, is up 13th. Richard Garcia is up 10. Chad Genningsman is in 6th right now. He's up 31 places from where he started. So you got a lot of people here in the top 10 who were not here when the race started. Johnny Baldridge up 25 places from where he started. Justin Levine up 15. It's wild.
I gotta say, the only person that we have failed to mention all race long is that 97 machine of Chad Genningsman. All race long, we haven't mentioned him. He hasn't been caught in anything. Just been creeping around here, lurking.
Yeah,
And,
I
you
did
know-
say one thing about him. I said he has the lowest I rating in the field right now.
Well, you know what? He's in a situation where he can walk away with all the damn points. Not a scratch on the car.
Yeah.
I mean, this is classic Chad. This is what we're used to seeing out of this cat.
He's one of the first racers that when I started calling races, I was like, this guy is one of the guns I got to remember. He's good. He's got a strong name, and he's a strong racer. We've seen that week in, week out during I think when he was racing SSRL. He's a great racer, and so let's see if he can keep some of that great Chad Genningsman energy up and help us finish out tonight's race in style.
Oh yeah, and he's going to gain a spot or two here because I bet my beard that somebody's going to wreck from the front of this damn thing here before it's over with.
Yeah, I think you're right.
'cause,
I'll take that bet.
We know that racing is a self-policing kind of sport, and well, Gulata may or may not have just punted, you know, one of the flagship guys, if you will, from Ryko. And I see a lot of Ryko stickers around him right now. There's not going to be much room given to that 98 machine here, and I hate to say it, but I'm not liking the odds for Gulata right now. Now, I'm not saying a guy thing against them, you know. Love everybody out here. All the same, but made a major bet on that one, buddy.
You know the teams so well at this point, and I'm looking around, and yeah, even on site, a guy like me, I can see the Ryko stickers. I know that he's in hot water.
Yep. I know Preeby is, we've seen how aggressive Preeby is in other leagues, and he's lined up right there behind him. Terlindi and him already had words. And Heitman out here leading this thing was already not necessarily wanting to work with the 98 machine. I just don't imagine it's going to be an easy one. Even if you take the team stickers off, man, you watch somebody rifle it down in a corner with a handful of laps to go, and you see him knock the back bumper cover off a guy and, you know, move him out of the way. My thought process is, you know, if I see that out of somebody, hell, I'm gonna do the same thing to you if I get to you, because I know that you're willing to go that far, and you live by the sword, you died by the sword.
Yep, well, that's a good way to put it. If they're willing to go that far, they're willing to see what the reaction's going to be.
I mean, you give what you get, and you get what you give.
Mm-hmm. Especially in racing.
Sometimes you get a lot more than you give, but
and sometimes you get what you give. Don't let go. You've got the music in you. There goes the pace car.
Jesus, Joe.
We are green yet again. As Derek Heitman leads things off with Cody Terlindi on his bumper and Joseph Galata on the outside. Galata close to Terlindi now. Contact between Galata and Terlindi.
Yeah, Terlindi going to send Gulata up the track. What is Gulata going to retaliate with here as we got cars around? Johnny Baldridge backed up into the fence and a huge wreck out of turn one. Down the back straightaway, the whole field. And it looks like Gulata got him back. And they are still fucking wrecking. Oh no, Vrooman missed it. Oh, he got caught.
He got caught.
Did he get caught?
I think so. I heard the change in his voice from love to fear.
Hang on. No, he made it. He made it. He just shit his pants, but he made it.
Okay. Phew. All right. That is going to put us on lap 78 of 80. Uh-oh. That is going to put us in green, white, checkered territory.
We might have fireworks here. Because I see somebody that just got punted after the fact with a torn up car, and Terlindi is full throttle around here at the right side, suspension completely shot. I don't know if we're going to see a little retaliation here or not, but I would not rule it out. Oh yeah, he's looking for somebody.
Yeah, he's a heat-seeking missile. He is the blue shell. Oh, he's got Warman in his sights, maybe? Is that who he was bouncing off of?
Yeah, I think it's Gulata. Because these two, he shoved Gulata out of the way coming into one. Last restart, it was the other way around. Gulata may have finished him off. I haven't seen the replay yet, but I did watch Gulata snap the car to the left on the back straight when he was down there, and that is why the 09 is sitting in its position.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, not quite. He's trying to get the car around the track to get to him, because the right front suspension is seized off on it. See him? Yeah. There he comes.
Get this one on film. Watch for the hook.
Oh, a swing and a miss.
Missed him. Missed him.
A swing and a miss. And he's going to
take
bits.
And then he hits the 9.
He takes out an innocent bystander.
Look. And he hits the 9.
This is just fucking embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
A little bit of contact out of 2, or out of 1. I mean, he could have rode the wall. He kind of sealed his own deathbed trying to hook back into the 98 there. They were already wrecking behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I'd be pissed off too if somebody rammed into my ass, but dude, you don't fucking wreck under yellow.
No, it's gonna be there's gonna be quite a few reports in the inbox with the name Cody Terlindi after tonight.
I mean, he just I'm sure our wonderful producer's gonna get us on board here, but holy shit. And here's the initial wreck. Oh, damn it. Chad got cleaned out there. Saves it. Johnny, not so fortunate. And then they still wreck in front of him.
Woo.
Oh, Will Height and Evan Say, huge
Yep.
contact there.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. That damage was at best a minute and 30.
Something like that.
Just
Let's see if Nicholas Roman is back on the lead
look
lap
at
yet.
that. The fucking miss of the year.
Oh yeah, it's the big right hook where you spin around and hit yourself in the back of the head.
How's it
Thank
going,
you.
Frank?
Please drive safely. Perfect sign to see at that exact moment.
Oh my god. You just want to frame it, man. This is a train wreck. Like I shouldn't be looking at this shit, but
We're sitting back
man,
watching
OB
it happen.
Builders Cup tomorrow night is going to be a fucking hoot.
Missed him.
Look at that.
And missed him.
And poor Noah, man, like
Poor Noah.
up
What
there
did he even
running
do?
a great
He did
race.
Nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it's another week where he's put together a really good run and somebody does something fucking stupid and ruins it for him. I mean, here's hoping that he didn't, get the rear toe knocked out because he got hit square in the tire.
Yeah.
And if you
Let's see how much time
Save it.
that ends up costing him.
save it for after the race, if you can't get him after the race, race the absolute dog piss out of the guy the next race. They'll learn that way. Going out here and doing stupid stuff like that, that's a week vacation. We know. I've done it before.
You've chased people down and smashed them, or you've been hit
Oh,
by people who chased you down?
I've chased. Look, if all 4 tires were on the car, and you wrecked my ass, if I could get to you without killing 5 other guys in the process, I'd door you. But trying
That's
to commit
fair,
murder,
huh?
man, that's different deal.
That was premeditated murder under yellow. If you're racing under green and you door someone because they wrecked you earlier, sure, that's give and take in racing. But if you're under yellow, you can't chase somebody down and destroy them. That is
Look,
where you
man,
get into murder territory.
I hate it because I've always liked Terlendi. He's been one of my favorite underdogs here in the series, but that was just asinine. But we're going green.
And we're green right now. There goes Heitman out in front. Garcia there too. Ooh, very wide behind. Crazy.
Gulata stuck in a
crazy.
3-wide situation right now. We're going to fall back. Here comes Gulata with a charge down to the inside of Heitman. Is he going to be able to make anything of it? A little bit of damage to the left rear of the 98 machine. Down the back straightaway in
57's
there.
around.
Fucking wrecking again.
We're on green-white checkered number 2. 57 was around.
Roman got back on the lead lap with that. Nicholas Roman is in play for this.
Unbelievable. What a move. What a move. Big brain thinking.
It just gets into the back of Garcia here, and such a shitty break for Garcia, too, because that's one of the few cars we haven't seen upside down against the catch fence at some point during the race.
Yeah. Let's see it. Here we go again. Beep. Right there. Bits with the beep right into the back of that car. Sending it around.
I gotta say, man, I thought the ones that we normally talk about every week causing crazy ass wrecks been running clean all race. Imagine that.
Imagine
I
that.
haven't-
How do
I
you like
haven't-
that?
I haven't seen the 41 car spin a soul today.
I love it. Sometimes you just get lucky. What can I say?
Like, I've seen the most aggressive guys in the field, man. Even they are getting it. So, like,
It has been a crazy day.
Zach Range was actually assassinated on the back straightaway, like 40 laps ago. He's in 4th. Mercedes could win today.
This has been.
I see he's scrapped away from that paint scheme. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's driving a Mercedes scheme right now. Well, we got a few guys going down to.
Yeah, they got some guys got to get fuel.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They would, with the calculations, we're gonna have these green, white checkers.
Some guys got to get fuel. A lot of guys got to get repairs. I mean, everybody that's on pit road right now is literally driving a crumpled up beer can.
Yeah, a smashed up natty light can with a roll cage.
And I think a lot of these guys also have black flags for incident counts. So it's a good little heads up there from some of our drivers in chat right now to point that out.
Wow. This would be the race for it.
Darby, I know you didn't just ask if we finish under green. There's no way in hell. We can't make it through turn. We can't make it through turn freaking 1, dude. Believe it.
I also believe in the heart of the cards. Just to parrot exactly what was said.
Good news is we have one more green white checkered after this.
That's true.
Which means we'll probably be here until about 11:25 or so.
It's all right.
You're making our producer cry right now.
We'll be there. And we'll be broadcasting the whole time. Got at least 2 to go, though.
Hey man, like, I looked at it and I was like, all right, cool. 80 laps, Pocono. We'll get done with this. I run the 10:30 A Open. Have myself a good night. Yeah.
Not on the cards. I
looked at the clock about 40 minutes ago and wanted to cry.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. It's if you tried to plan anything for 10:30 or 11:30 Eastern, it's not happening.
Most weeks goes pretty swimmingly. This week, no. No, we're swimming in piss.
Not so much, yeah. I think that's that joke's been made a couple of times by the drivers tonight. Is that it seems like we're at Martinsville as opposed to Pocono. This Martinsville race has been great.
What's impressive is the amount of people that have connected to the actual race lobby just to watch this shit show is pretty fun.
Just to watch. Oh my goodness. And what a sight they've got to see. You know they could watch it live on Twitch too if they wanted to. They don't even need to connect to iRacing. We got all kinds of camera angles and we say funny things all the time.
I just yell at everybody now. What I do.
Yeah, you get surly and you yell at everyone, and then I try to find the silver lining, and then this week I fail, and it's all kinds of fun here on Twitch. I love it. Lights are out in the pace car, coming around turn 2, looking for that second stretch.
I shouldn't repeat that one, brother.
Nah, we'll leave that one on the cutting room floor.
God.
Oh boy, we do have some fun. Here we come around now, turn 3. You know what that means. Green, white checker number 2 of 3. There goes the pace car. Derek Heitman and Joseph Galata going to lead things off here. Green, green, green. Let's go, 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 and see what happens. Got 3 cars pitting for gas. The rest of the field is still out. trying to make their way around one full lap. Can we do it?
Oh, a little bit of contact down to turn 1. Gulata gets run up the track by the 76 of Heitman, trying to get to the back bumper to push him out of the way. Not going to work. Those are side by side, 3 wide. Johnny Baldridge trying to make the inside work to pick up the 2nd position.
A lot of bouncing off the wall, a lot of sliding around from these guys so far. Getting through 1 was hell. Let's see what happens with 2. Down to the inside goes Heitman. He's far enough ahead as no one is in his league right now. We got some bumping off the wall in the back.
Oh, huge crash behind him.
Huge crash. That's going to be it for that, and that's going to be green-white checkered number 3.
Where did Johnny come from? Oh, no, and Quentin Warman is done. What happened here? It looks like a case of... Oh, a little team-on-team blood there. Oh, and Vroman, no.
Vroman.
Yeah,
what a situation.
What happened there is it looks like Conklin and I think that was Houghton make a little bit of contact. Yeah, a little bit of contact out of 2. And then Warman just trying to check up to avoid the mess. I guess shattered the back tires enough to send the thing around and just gets T-boned right into the wheel. That's going to destroy the suspension in that 84 machine, and that's it's going to be a day ender for him.
The front of Roman's car is caved in as well. Very unfortunate turn of events for Nicholas Roman after finally making it back up to the lead lap. He gets caved in like that. Ugh. Mighty unfortunate. Let's watch it here. Back live, we can see Derek Heitman still in lead, going to have the lead for this last lap. Probably going to do a pretty good job. He has had a good launch while he's been out there in front. He's had good launches. I got a feeling he's going to have another one here. So it's a very good chance at this point that we might see a Derek Heitman victory.
Yeah, I think based on the odds here, I mean, it's going to be really hard for anybody to do anything against the 76 machine. I mean, Heitman, look, he's kind of Alex Bowman his way into this one today. But don't take anything from him. Derek Heitman is one of the top contenders week in and week out here in NIS. A-Open, doesn't matter what it is. You put him behind the wheel of a car, he's going to get the best he can out of it. And, you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of fortune to get you the hardware at the end of it. You see him and Baldridge making a little bit of contact here under yellow. But I'm worried I might jinx him. But the position that Johnny Baldridge is in right now, man, I'm cheering for him up here. Long time ago, we were all on one sim together. And it is so good to see Johnny out here actually having a day where the shit hits the fan, and for a change, it isn't hitting him. Sitting in 2nd place tonight, man, that is a much-needed shot in the arm for him.
I'm glad he's got this opportunity here, sitting in 2nd place. 31 positions up.
Yeah, and honestly, the way this race has gone, I mean, hell, you never know what'll happen. He could very well end up walking away with the trophy, or he could end up 32nd. You don't know.
You never know. Yep, I'm not really sure what Heitman's tire situation is like. But all it takes is one bad turn, and Pocono's got 3 of them.
Good news for Heitman, though. He's got one last chance to get the job done here. Because once they take the green flag here, next flag is going to end the race, whether it be caution, whether it be white.
Yep. That's right, that's right. We know how that goes. The lights are off in the pace car, folks. This is going to be it. We are finally going to see the end of this race from Pocono. What a run it's been. A lot of cautions most of the way. A lot of start and a lot of stop, unfortunately, as these guys have fought tooth and nail to get around this track without smashing into each other.
Also, with the bet I made earlier, I get to keep my beard.
Yeah, it's true. Don't want to. You beardless would definitely probably be a strange sight, I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the vibe.
Now we're looking
Yeah.
for. Yep, you start scaring your kid.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think we might just make this before she gets to get this over before she gets to kindergarten. So I got that in my pocket here at least.
All right.
We were cutting it close though.
Let's see.
I'm with Roman. Let's get the white flag before we wreck.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We've got only one more turn to go before we get things kicked off here on the third of 3 green-white checkers.
Never mind. We've got a car wrecked on the apron here on the back straightaway. Under caution.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Is there any way we can think of to delay this race a little further? We were supposed to go 80 laps, and we're currently on lap 91.
31 machine.
Oh, excuse me. We're going for lap 91.
What happened here?
Here we go. Let's see. It was zoom.
Is that
smash.
an unplugged wheel?
It had to have been.
Yeah, an unplugged wheel, or maybe a monitor went out and he yanked it over so he wouldn't kill anybody. Let's see. Where the RPMs sit.
Unplugged monitor on VR.
I think something went on with his monitor there, because if that was a wheel coming unplugged, he would have full throttled and it would have hooked hard left.
Yeah.
He did just say screen freeze, so. Did Roman just say
Roman's going to run out of gas. Yep. Roman's about to run out of gas.
All those laps of lucky dogs.
They eat up the fuel. Blasting around here, acting like you're not under caution.
Roman has actually ran more full throttle laps here than anybody else in the field.
That's true. That's true. It's a good way to look at it. It's a good way to look at it. He really has. Besides the pace car, Roman has been the one setting the most entertaining laps, mostly just by catching up to the field during the runarounds. And we've got the delay is over. We're going to try this one more time. Down from 2. Into 3. That Milwaukee mile turn. And here goes the pace car. He'll be off any second now. Derek Heitman, Johnny Baldridge leading things off. They are door to door. Heitman is off in front. Good launch from him.
Heitman with a great launch. Baldridge also with a good launch. They're going to tuck up in the line behind the 76 machine here. Not going to worry about anybody to his inside into 1. What's he going to be able to do to compete with the 76 machine as he dives it down to the bottom of the track here? Gets a little bit tight in the arrow wash to the 76, though. Looking for the run down the back straightaway. Heitman going to go all the way to the bottom of the track to try and break the draft from the 17 Lockard machine. Down to 2. Everybody clean so far throughout the field. No big wreck just yet. Derek Heitman with a 3-car length advantage over second place, though. Looks like we're going to make this thing to make it official, though, into turn 3 to take the white flag.
Heitman looking for the white flag to bring you the last lap of this race. Baldridge right behind, and behind him, Zach Range. Here we go. The white flag is waving. We are going to go one more lap, and that's going to be it, folks. So watch for some crazy moves right now as they go around.
Down to turn 1 for the final time. Derek Heitman now with 0.4 of a second separating him from second place. It's been a race of attrition for every one of these guys here as we look at a very jumbled up top 4 here. Yeah, Derek Heitman, expect to see him here. Vroman running out of gas on the back straightaway. Very jumbled up. Johnny Baldridge somehow sneaking his way in for a second place if all holds out over Zach Range, who's been through absolute hell and high water. But into turn 3 for the final time, it's Derek Heitman.
Heitman into 3. Johnny Baldridge behind him and Zach Range in 3rd. The only battle right now is for 4th. It's Meal on the outside of Galata. Can he pass him? Looking for it. He's got him by a nose right now. Brandon Meal. Galata by a nose. He takes the spot. And that's going to be it, folks. The checkered flag waves. Derek Heitman has won it at Pocono with Johnny Baldridge in 2nd and Zach Range in 3rd.
What a horrible race, man, but what a deserving winner. Derek Heitman. I've been waiting patiently for his day to come around, and finally Derek's going to get the job done here in NiS Open.
Wow. I'm just kind of relieved, kind of just still processing everything that we just went through over the last 2.5 hours of racing to get 92 laps out of that. The Pocono was a grinder tonight, an absolute meat grinder.
Did you see Derek Heitman running her down?
He's a survivor. And he survived well tonight. We got a couple other names that did pretty well tonight. We'll break them down here and we give you the full list of results here from Virtual Pocono Raceway. Let's do it. Derek Heitman wins tonight's race. Johnny Baldridge in 2nd. Zach Range in 3rd. Joseph Galata in 4th. Brendan Meal in 5th. Chad Genningsman up in 6th. Paul Hill in 7th. Justin Levine in 8th. Noah Bitts in 9th. And Nolan Hodgson in 10th.
In 11th place, we got John Ballou, followed by Jack Mace. Brandon Schmidt in 13th. 14th going to Richard Garcia, followed by Joey Preby in 15th. 16th place, Maggie McGuire with Jeffrey Souza bringing it home 17th. 18th position going to Paul Bergoli. And running at your top 20 is going to be Chris Wilhite and Dalton Collins.
Moving right along from 20 to 21, it is going to be James Houghton in 21, 22nd, Justin Melillo, 23rd, Junior Babarima, 24th, or JR Babarima, 24th, Tommy Gossett, 25th, Sean Conklin, 26th, Nicholas Vroman, who ran out of gas there in the back stretch, 27th, B. Alex Thomas, 28th, Nick Olson, 29th, Quentin Warman, and 30th, Cody Turland.
And 31st, we got Evan Say, followed by Adam Benefield, Joseph Squared. 34th going to Tyler Luttrell, followed by Zach Rinker, Roger Pierce, and Keegan Sabilla rounding out the 37-car field.
And that's going to be it. We're from Pocono. We've got a few people, though, that we're going to talk to, so let's get them up into the booth. And in just a moment, folks, we're going to be talking to, let's see if we can get Zach Range, Johnny Baldridge. We see right now Derek Heitman is waiting to be spoken to. Can we get anybody else potentially? Maybe yes, no. If we get Heitman in here, let's go ahead and talk to Derek Heitman.
There you go,
See how things are going with him. Hey, Derek Heitman, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Oh,
guys?
no, it's all right. You just went through an absolute ringer down there, the meat grinder. What a race. 2.5 hours to go 92 laps. Tell us, how did you get through it? Did you find religion?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get through anything. I was involved in every single wreck at the start. I've been out of tires since like lap 24. Luckily this new car tires don't mean anything, and yeah, I've been at 16 incident points since like, I don't know. Whenever Evan spun off my nose, I don't even know what happened there. I gotta go back and look at that. There was some tomfoolery going on in turn 1, and it caused, you know, them to check up, and unfortunately I wrecked Evan. I did not mean to do that. So if he's listening, or anyone from the CFM camp listening, I apologize.
Oh, that sounds, it was very nice of you there. It looked like a lot of racing, hard racing and a lot of close racing. Pocono doesn't give you a lot of options, as we were talking about up here in the booth. Sometimes you end up finding yourself a little closer to other people than you want to be. Was there so you were up 10 positions over the course of the evening, but you were involved in so many wrecks tonight. What was were you on the radio with anyone on your team in Discord? What was the general consensus of the camp?
I mean, I'll be honest, I was trying not to talk to anybody. There was so much, going on in my ears that I was deafening so many times during the race, because I try to stay out of, what they're doing strategy-wise and what's going on, behind the scenes. So I just try to run my own race, do my own thing, put myself in a position to possibly help a teammate and maybe grab one for myself at the end of the day.
All right. Well, is there anybody you'd like to shout out to or thank for your performance in your win tonight?
Yeah, shout out iRacing for the new shitty A car. Nobody knows how to drive it. Shout out you guys for. Sorry, can I cuss in this interview?
You can cuss in this interview.
Dude, I've been cussing the entire race.
Hell yeah! Fuck
shout
yeah.
out everybody. Shout out everybody that made it the entire 2.5 hours, because this race was absolutely 100% ridiculous. I'm not even like. I don't even really care that I won. I'm just glad that the race is over. Shout out you guys for putting on the broadcast. I mean, thank you guys for broadcasting Wednesday night NiS. I love being able to come up in the booth with you guys. I talk to you guys when you broadcast one of my leagues, but I'm sorry, there is no way I have any time in the world to watch this race back. But shout out Ryko for the great car, of course. I think our car was dialed in really at the start of the race with the hotter track temps, which I think is kind of what was causing a lot of the issues, because a lot of people opens running in hurricane weather. So iRacing really needs to figure that one out too. So shout out to them for screwing up the weather for multiple series. Yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you very much, Derek, and we'll be talking to you soon, I'm sure.
Thanks guys. Have a good one.
All right, take care, folks. That was Derek Heitman, your winner here on the Wednesday night top split from the NiS, the NASCAR. NASCAR iRacing series, and we are going to be wrapping things up here. Sheldon, how you feeling after that race?
Finally over.
Finally over.
Can we go home now, boss? Please, Darby. No,
no,
Darby,
we're doing another
please,
one,
no.
don't you know? Another
I'll be
Pocono
good.
race.
I promise. Oh my God,
Wake
man.
up.
It was an absolute shit show from start to finish. There's not a redeeming quality about this goddamn race. Hopefully next week will be better when we go to. I don't even know, where the hell do we go next week? Do you know where we go next week? Is it a road course? Please tell me it's a road course. I'll take that over this.
I think it's Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Maybe. I
What?
could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh my God, it is. Yeah, we're going to Atlanta.
I was right. Holy mackerel! Awesome.
Yeah, there's a first. Well, I guess there is a first for everything, Joe. But no.
Yay!
No, as much of a crapshoot as it was tonight, it was a blast to be up here in the booth with you as well as Darby. So excited, man! I'm just so excited for Johnny. I know he's had a very, very rough time of things as long as I've been up here in the booth covering, and probably before that. So it's good to see him get himself a good finish tonight. He's more than earned it with as much hell as he's fought through on here.
Well, he got a great spot there. Second place finish for Johnny Baldrich. And once again, congratulations to Derek Heitman. I have to say, I went into this being like, Pocono, yeah, Pocono's great. And I still think Pocono is a cool track, but damn, it was hell tonight. Really tough on these drivers to get through this. And it was tough watching these guys get through this, but I gotta say, part of the reason we watch it is for those flares of personality. Part of the reason we watch it is for how they get through these kind of moments of adversity, how they get through and find the championship spirit. And they did it again tonight. So let's keep watching, folks. Thanks for joining us. And we hope that you join us again next week for even more action here on the Wednesday night top split coverage on Grid Vision. So from the entire Grid Vision team, folks, we want to thank you for watching and for participating in the chat, especially. For more information on getting your league broadcast or for starting your career in broadcasting, hit us up on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Congratulations once again to Derek Heitman on the big win tonight from Pocono. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and our producer, Austin Derbyshire. And hey, we'll see you next time on the grid.